Hello class, welcome to a little backup tutorial of how to get to our Google Documents. So if we're at our start screen, if you're at a computer at home, we're going to start off with Google Chrome. So open up Google Chrome. If you don't have it already installed on your computer, you can install it on any computer, Mac or Windows. It's like a two-step process to get to it. Now, let's say you're signing into a computer for the first time. So what you're going to have to do is, let's sign myself out. Why not? Okay, so we're at the start screen. So the way that I showed you that you could do it, if you're signing in for the very first time, you could always type into the search bar at the top. You could go to sign in, and then you could click sign into Google Accounts, or if there's this little blue box up at the top for signing in, you could click on there as well. So sign in. There's your username is your first two initials and then your last name, the username that you used to sign in the computer, and then you have the same ending as mine as @mountsinai.k12.ny.us. You got to make sure that you type that in correctly, otherwise it won't work. All right, then you type in your password. For you guys, it's your capital MSSD. The SSD is lowercase. And then your lunch code. So you type that in. Hit enter. And you should be signed into your Google account. Now, what you're going to do is you click on our good old waffle up here at the top. We click on our little waffle grid of apps. And I explained to you guys how you have your drive here, which you can use to store a lot of your documents if you need to find anything. If you stored a picture, maybe from the virtual reference collection or something like that, you could store it in your drive. If you save the picture file, you could put it in here and you could get access to it from anywhere. This is our link to our little Google Classroom. So if you want to find your Google Classroom, if you don't have the app on your phone, you could click on there and get to it. There's our Docs, which we're going to go into in 1 second. Google Sheets, which is like Excel, and Google Slides, which for your visual component of the research project. If you wanted to do a PowerPoint and you don't own PowerPoint, Google Slides is a free version of that. So let's go to Docs. We click into there, and it gives us this screen. Now let's just say, for argument's sake, you were someone that didn't create your first report with me the first time around. So you have a couple of templates up here on the top, which you could use for different reports and whatnot, but honestly, for our purposes right now, we're just going to create a blank document. So, totally blank document. First thing we want to do is give it a name. So, you can make it, Native American research paper. You could call it your topic, like let's just say Native American weapons. And tools. And then we got to create our heading. So our header goes at the top of every page. So we do this once. The nice thing about this is that you don't have to do it for any of the other pages. So the first thing we do in a header is we type in our name. Obviously, your name isn't name, but you type in yours in, so whatever it may be. Then the next thing we're going to do is we want to have our date up here at the right-hand side. So the way that we do that, get it to move nice and neat without having to hold down the space bar a whole bunch of times and having kind of come out ugly if it ends up going on to the next line, then you got to delete spaces away and get it to all work, is you just click up here. Remember, left tab stop goes at the left-hand side of the screen, and then the text will move to the right, like how we typed in our name. If you add a center tab stop, the text will spread out from the middle of it. And then if you add a right tab stop, it would normally go on the right side of the page, and it would move over to the left. So for this, since we want it to go to the right, we click a right tab stop. And then all you have to do is press the tab key, which if you look at your keyboard right now, is on the top left side of your keyboard. Press tab and it moves right over. Then you can type in the date. So today's date, you can see down at the bottom, is October 20th, 2017. Then when you press enter, that'll stay there all nice and neat. You can type in your teacher's name, which would be your glorious Mr. Chilton. So you type it on in. And then over on the next side, you hit your tab key again, and it'll move over to the right once more. You can type in your topic, whatever it may be. So we have Native American weapons and tools. We could just type in weapons and tools. You could type in whaling, medicine, false faith society, whatever it may be. And so to get out of this header and get to where we would actually write our paper, we just click below that little gray line, and there you go. There's your little space there. In case you couldn't remember how to make it double spaced, this is how we do our line spacing. Now you may have this right here where it says line spacing. You can click on that and click double, or the way I showed you to do it was click format. Here's line spacing, and again, click on double. And then just for example's sake, we hold down a letter a whole bunch of times. And what? There's a gap in between each letter of writing. It's like you only have to write half as much. How is this allowed? Well, because we're nice people. So that's double spacing for you. And then you need your works cited page. So in order to have our works cited page, to keep things nice and neat, we're going to go to Insert Page Break. Whoa, you created a second page. It zips right down there. This will always make sure that this page stays separate from the rest of your paper. So if you're typing this down, and let's just say, I just really like the letter N, so I type it in a whole bunch of times, it will move that page down. So we go here, let's just go blah, 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 blah. Oh, so I'm on page 2. Where did our page break go? Down here to page 3. Still nice and neat and clean, and didn't get messed up by any of our writing from before. So we want this to go to the middle of our page for our title. So we click center aligned, or again, I told you to go to format. You could go to align and then center, or if you have a smaller screen, right about here, you'll have a little button that says more, and you could find this icon in the more options. So we type in works cited. And then what you're going to do is take those little works cited from either the ones that you got from the articles that you made, or you used ezbib.com, and you can paste them in here. So that's how you set it up. Now let's say, for example, you notice how it says all changes saved. It saves your changes automatically. And to show a little example of this, let's go back to Docs. And I'm going to find owned by me. Let's go to, that's not owned by me. Let's make this whole thing. All right, because that's their things. Okay, so let's go to the Native American. Where is it? I got a lot of documents up here. Man, I write a lot, don't I? Okay. So hold on 1 second with me. There we are. Native American research paper. So we click on there. Now this is the one that we originally went through. So here's our intro, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. And then apparently also I wrote random letters here at the bottom. And then there's the works cited. And then you put your little citation down here. Now let's say, for argument's sake, you were marking this all down, you were highlighting it for some reason, and you sneezed. Achoo! Oh no! You've deleted everything. So, ways you can fix that is you have little undo and go forward. So you can go backwards and forwards in your paper to fix any corrections. Or, when you go up to here and you go to your Save Changes, you click on the side, and it has all the versions from whenever you worked on it. So, back on October 17th at 9 o'clock in the morning, there was absolutely nothing on this page. I don't know why you would want to restore that version, but it's there. So then 9/27, the first time I started typing on it with you guys, apparently we put in M and then N for the second paragraph to differentiate them. Then I decided, you know what? I'm going to get rid of all these M's, and I'm going to use intro instead to stand for introduction. I got rid of the N's, and then I typed in body paragraph 1 a whole bunch of times. So I can restore this version of the paper. So I didn't really like the fact that I had ends on the second part of the page. So I'm going to go back to this, restore that version. Yep, I'm restoring that. And now this is the current version of my paper. It saves all the times that you go in and you access it automatically, which is awesome. And so it's accessible from any computer. It saves automatically on its own. And you could do it on your phone even if you wanted to. You could go into your paper and type stuff up if you were, going home right now and you're in your car and you had your research article on you and you just had to start typing. You just couldn't control it anymore. You could start typing on your phone with the Google Docs app. Alrighty, well, that sums this up. If you have any questions, you can ask me in class. Hopefully this helps explain how to get into anything. Just remember to follow the guidelines when writing your paper. Use your research topic description on what you need to make sure to cover in your paper and your oral presentation. You should be good to go. Again, always feel free to ask me. Hope this video helps. Have a great day.